And then there's another person who's there's a lot of discussion about her role, and people say she was like a very deep friend, girlfriend of C.J. Jung, very important for a long time. That's Toni Wolff. That's the other woman in the picture, and Emma Jung, his wife, who was also very influential, who I didn't mention now, I don't have a picture of her, used to get annoyed because Toni Wolff would come and hold long discussions inside the study room of Jung. And she didn't get jealous, but she said, "Well, Toni Wolff comes." So that's a woman who had held long discussions, intelligent discussions, and I think many ideas about the archetypes, about the different archetypes, also developed out of the discussions which Jung had with Toni Wolff, where I think finality, causality, all these ideas. Toni Wolff was a very independent woman, apparently an extremely intelligent woman. A woman was also a bit lost, maybe, I don't know, but that's what one says. She took care, she and other women, had a lot of women around him, less men, I'll come to that point. She kind of admired him and appreciated him. She took care of him. And there's one story about Jung where I think when Jung had a birthday at 75 or maybe 80, I don't know. And they were in a hotel in Zurich called Dolder. That's a big hotel overlooking the town of Zurich. And they were in a big hall. There were many people invited, lots of guests, important guests. And then she, or I'm not sure if it was her or von Franz, another woman, stood up and said, "Jung, of course, this is Jung's birthday. It's his 80th birthday. I would want to ask you all to be considerate and not smoke on the table. So when you smoke, that you would go to the balcony, be considered to take care, considering the health." That's what she said. A little bit later, Jung stood up, took a cigar, and said, "Well, apparently one is not allowed to smoke here, so I also smoke on the balcony." That's one of the stories of Jung, which also said Jung was a bit of a trickster. He was always a bit of a trickster. He never took things the way they would be, but he kind of was able to turn them around, often here in a humorous way. Then we have another figure, that's the one at the top left, Erich Neumann. He was supposed to be the successor of Jung, but he was actually had his own mind. He mainly studied also the influence of parents. He studied the influence of mother. That was for him important. But Jung, according to what one said, it's better you go to Israel. That's where your destiny is. Don't remain in Zurich, Switzerland, in the center of Europe. There's a lot of discussion about it, whether it was just exiled or why Jung actually didn't keep male follower beside himself. Savenspieler, Toni Wolff, and others that were very important for him. But Erich Neumann could have probably also been a person like that, but he actually placed in somewhere else. And Neumann is also important for Jungian psychology, for mother-child relationship and other aspects. But the dialogue with Jung stopped the moment he actually went to Israel.